The Public Utility Commission of Texas wants to help everyone better understand how electric utilities are strengthening their systems to handle extreme weather events. To do that, the PUCT launched a new system resiliency plans webpage. SRPs typically span multiple years and can include system and technical upgrades, as well as operational improvements to prevent or reduce outages for customers. On the website, you can look at overviews of approved utility plans, who they benefit, and how they will improve the reliability and resiliency of the electric grid.